Hello, 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 and Danik here, and welcome back to what's this game? Edit 3 custom levels. Doing something a bit different today. Going to be working on my own level. So, welcome Victor, welcome Audi. Victor says looks like an Edit 1 level. Yep, you could say that, but it does have, does have multiple areas. You'll see in a moment. Okay, now I have to confess something, which is that I've already done a lot of work on this level. I kind of wanted to show the beginning of the process, but I was a bit sick when I was at the beginning, so the level's nearly done actually, but there's still a few areas that I want to work on, and this is one of the areas I want to work on. So in this area there's a key that you need to collect, and I started with this kind of thing, but I had an idea that I want to try without the stationary enemies, because I think that's kind of boring. So yeah, I want to do a kind of a graveyard kind of thing here. I think if I copy this over here, and of course I have to... Now, one thing I should say is that this level is... Well, it's a World's Best Game 3 level. It is intended for Megalords competition. Oh yeah, this is interesting. It has quite a few areas. I'll show you in a moment. And also, an important thing to know about this level is that all the enemies come in pairs. I won't show you the whole level, but I'll show you some other bits later. Yeah. I want to keep some of it a secret, but I'll show you some other bits of it. Okay, so it's also not supposed to be a super hard level, so I'm trying to keep things... I'm trying not to make patterns that are super difficult. This is kind of interesting. It's perhaps a little bit too easy. I don't know. So my idea was to put 3 of these wheels. So put another one over here, except without that bit. And this is precisely what I was complaining about on the Discord server earlier. But it's okay. It's not too tedious. Now I want to move that key down here. Actually, there's a big problem with this, which is you can just go around the edge. So that's way too easy. But let's just pretend that you had to go through the middle. It's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, and that's where what the key opens, by the way. Basically, the idea of this level is like, there's a bunch of keys and you have to get them all in order to unlock the finish. Not the world's most amazing idea, but I think the structure is quite neat. You'll see that later. So maybe I need to add something to this. It's a little bit too easy. Let me try again. So I could put enemies going up and down, the left and right, but even the middle is a little bit too easy. I guess I could make them faster. Let me see what happens if I change the speed. So currently they're rotating in 4 seconds. Let's just see what happens if I double it. Double the speed. Whoops. Okay, that's too much. Let's try 3. Audi says make the middle one faster. Okay, that's an interesting idea. This is okay, that's a bit harder, but it's a little bit nauseating. Actually, it's not that bad. I mean, okay, it's an improvement. I guess I could also put, you know what I could do? I could put some coins in here to incentivize going in the middle. Okay, it's getting better. But Addy said make the middle one faster. So what if I did these ones to be 4 and made the middle one 2? I wonder what that would be like. Or I could even go desync. Maybe that would be a cool idea. Okay. This might have some potential. Although I think that middle one is still too fast. Oh, it is just possible. Okay. It looks a bit too fast though visually, in my opinion. I could reduce some of the enemies, like if I did this. Whoops, what did I just... Oh, no. It's just crashed on me. That's funny. I've never actually had Edit 3 crash on me, but yeah, I think that's a goner. So I'll just reboot that. Luckily, I didn't lose much progress. Task manager. I don't know what I did there, but let's see. Okay. Oh, I made something linked to itself. Is that what I did? Wait, but... Right, okay. I made something linked to itself. Okay. I'll try to remember not to do that. Okay. So we lost some progress, but that's okay because there wasn't that much there anyway. So I should remember to save very often. I do try and do that, but alright, so let's go back to where we were. So we had this down here. The key needs to move as well. Right, the GUI doesn't let you link something to itself, but when you delete things it can. That's okay, I didn't know that. Good to know. Okay, let's save that before I forget. And let's put this in the middle. Yep, there's a lot of rooms. They're not all finished yet. That's what I'm working on now, obviously. But yeah, this level kind of turned out bigger than I expected it to be. I'll show you some of the rooms later, but okay. So let's see. Let's maybe make this. I think 2 is a bit too quick. Let's maybe go 2.5, and maybe make this 5. I might try desync, but for now I'm going to try synced. So let's see what this is like. Okay, now why is it... Hang on a minute. Why is it... Oh, because they're over there. Yeah, I want to put them here so that they're synchronized, so they pass each other. Yeah. What's this like? Let's see what this is like. Okay, it's too easy, really. It's kind of... Okay, let's go back to... let's put these back. And see what this is like. I still need to prevent like going around the edges because that's too easy. Okay, this is better. I think that's an improvement. Okay, yeah, that's kind of fun. Okay, now what's it like if you go around the edges? Actually, actually this might have actually prevented it. Because of that faster wheel there. Yeah, you know what? Wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, it might have actually prevented it. Or at least it's made it harder than it used to be. Okay, it is still possible, but it's not like trivial like it was before. So that's actually a good thing. Okay. If I made it just a little bit faster, it would be, if I made it just a little bit faster, it would probably be impossible. And I could keep it synchronized. So yeah, so now it's probably impossible. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's impossible. If it is possible, it's very hard. And so it's not really a cheese if it's but now I've made this bit harder, which is oh well, it's not actually that hard if you get, yeah, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Alright, let me try that again. Yeah, I was thinking of putting in horizontal enemies, but I think this actually works quite well. Yeah. I think that's actually quite good. Yeah, that's right, Victor. If it is possible, then you deserve it. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for now. And I want to work on this area. So, oh, actually, let me get rid of the start checkpoint there. So this area I've already done, but I want to change it because one of the rooms here is a little bit dull, which is the one in the top right. So this is what I've got currently. I'll give it a little demo. So basic grid pattern here. Actually, that pattern I'll let you work that out for yourself because that one's a little bit different. But over here we have a rather boring pattern here. I think I have an idea for something more interesting to put here. So that's what I want to work on. So let's get rid of this. Oh, I should save as well. Should remember to keep saving. Okay, so I gotta change my grid snap. I've been using quite a bit of 8-pixel grid snap on this level. Okay, so let me see. Now, what timing did I use here? So this is 1 second. Oh, that was 1.25. Okay. I think probably 1 second will be good here. And my idea is to have some going up and down here. Yeah, I know it's in Deadliest Dots 3, yeah. Although not quite the same, but yeah. So, oh, I should make this ping pong as well. So, okay, and then this would go here and here. And then this would also go here and here. Okay. So that should go, oh, that's a bit slower than I imagined, so I might want to change the speed. But okay, let me put in the next bit, which is to have, yeah, have this guy going down here. And I'm going to need to test the timing of this, because I think in order for this to be fun to play, it's going to need to be timed correctly. So you should need a fair bit of playtesting for this, but here's basically the idea. Something like this. Okay, but I don't want it to be, yeah, I want these guys to be half the time of these guys. So let's make that happen. Yeah, something like this. Now my concern with this is it's a little bit dull, I think, because you can just kind of, so what is this like? Yeah, so you can just kind of go here, which I guess is okay. It's kind of interesting, but it's not, I don't know, I think it could be better. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm not, I don't quite know. I mean, this is kind of, maybe it just needs to be a bit faster. This is kind of the idea I had in mind. So like the idea being that like you come up from here and then you wait here while it goes past and then you, so it's kind of a neat idea, but it is a little bit too easy maybe. Although it is supposed to be a relatively easy level. Let me see what happens if I make it a bit faster. Although, yeah, if I take that down to a half, it might be too fast. No, not necessarily. Let's see. Obviously, I could do something bit more. I could do something between a half and 3/4, but it's a bit of a nuisance. Let's see what this is like. Okay, definitely quite a bit faster. Although it's still not too difficult. All right. Noah says, try doing the longest and slowest speedrun of the world's hardest game, and then wait for the verifiers to check the entire run. I mean, have you seen Pazula's World's Hardest Game 2 speedrun? It's quite the hoot. Okay. This is not bad. But you know what I think would be better, actually, is... Yeah, I think it would be better if the enemies were slower, but they traveled a shorter distance. So, what would it be like if this guy only went to here, say, and this guy only went to here, and then if I brought them down, no, not those guys, push this up, and then if I had, oh wait, so then this would actually go here, this would go here, that would go, and then this would go here, and then the idea would be to have another guy here that goes here, ping pong, get this guy over here, and then get a guy here to go up here, ping pong, and a guy to follow him. So what if I did this? I'm a little bit bothered by the asymmetry of it, but it looks cool. Okay, let's see what this is like. I might have to adjust the timings. So you can still survive here fairly easily. But now, yeah, so now that part's... Actually, I was going to make it slower. I forgot to make it slower. Yeah. So let me go back to the 0.75, 1.5 style speed. Noah says, if it's easier, then it's not really fitting the H of World's Hardest Game. Yeah, you're right, but I'm, you know, Abho pointed out the other day, the World's Hardest Game is not really about being the World's Hardest Game, and I'm trying to make this level fairly accessible. I don't want it to be too difficult. Oh, Vistal doesn't like the cross grid. Really? I thought it was cute. I mean, it's not like an original pattern or anything, but okay, so the problem with this now is... Actually, maybe it's not a problem. Yeah, no, I think there is a problem with this now, because it's... yeah, it doesn't quite work. Like... Or do you go here? No, you don't go there. So... The problem is it's just a little bit precise. Actually, you don't go there either. I think you stick in the middle. So I think you go, oh, actually you just do that. Actually, that's a point. So you can, the vertical ones are slow enough that you can just sort of follow them a lot of the way. So you could go like this. No, you don't do that. This is kind of interesting. It's certainly a lot less obvious than the first pattern was. Right, but it does have that kind of precise timing, which I don't really like. I want this to be more of a pattern rather than a precise pattern. Yeah, so you can do that maneuver, but it's kind of precise, like I was saying. I wonder if this side's different. I think it's the same. Oh, that's a mistake. Yeah. Oh, wait. Wait, is it the same? No, actually. Wait. Yeah, no, it is the same. It is the same. I was just approaching it differently. And I guess you can also do this kind of thing, which, I mean, that's a legitimate strategy, but it's kind of weird. So I think I need to change the timing of the vertical enemies. Yeah, let's see what happens if we offset these by, say, 0.375. That might lead to better results. No, I needed to be in the other one. Not sure that is better. And also it does make it harder to survive at the ends, which, yeah, because now you can't really, that's just kind of a death sentence, which I don't really want it to be like that. I mean, you can avoid it by doing this, I suppose, but yeah. Also, it's kind of bothering me that the, you know what I think I need to do? I think I've worked it out, because it's kind of bothering me that they're traveling different distances. So I think what I should do is make the 4 lots instead of 3 lots. Yeah, I think this will work. So let's say, now I haven't made anything attached to itself, have I? I hope not. So let's put this here, and this here, and then let's go like this. And let's copy that over to here, copy that over here and here. Okay. I think this might be better. Oh wait, I meant to change these back to be 0. Yeah, meant this to be 0. Yeah, now the disadvantage of doing it this way is that it's there's a much smaller space to work with at the bottom. Although it's not too hard to survive there. And then you can pop in there. Yeah, you know what? I think this is pretty reasonable, actually. So, you don't... Yeah. Well... Yeah. So you don't really want to go in these, though, do you? Because either of those is... Yeah, so that's kind of a trap, which I don't really like setting traps. But if you go in the middle one, it works nicely. Oops. Yeah, you have to go in the right one, though. It's, it's not bad, but it's... I feel like it could be better. And I wonder what you can do with... I guess you can't really... No, you can't really abuse that, which is... I mean, I don't really mind. I suppose you can kind of abuse that. That's fine. Yeah. You do get trapped. You know what? I wonder if I made them... What if I made them synchronized? Then you wouldn't get trapped like that. What if I did this? And... pull this down here. It kind of looks more ugly, but it might be more fun to play. But then you get, yeah, then you get killed at the bottom, which is kind of annoying. That's true, I kind of forgot about that. Okay. But if you go in here, you're always safe. You're always safe in the middle, which is nice. So you never get trapped in the middle. But you do get trapped in these, but it's kind of more obvious, I think. Well, yeah. Yeah, but then you get trapped at the edges instead. Hey Frost, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so you kind of get trapped at the edges instead, which is not nice. I don't want to have traps at the edges. I think I preferred it the way it was before. Whoops. So you have to know like the correct places to go. If you know where to go, it's actually a pretty easy pattern. Which I guess is kind of what I want, right? Like I want patterns where like it's not precise to execute it, but you have to know what you're doing, which, so I guess that's a win. It bothers me a little bit that it's, but then again, like if you get trapped in the middle, that just means that's just poor planning. Like it's your job to work out which bits are safe and which bits are not. No, this is a level making stream. Yeah, so it's a bit of an experiment because I haven't done something like this before, but yeah, you know what? I think that's pretty good actually. I think that's pretty good. It's it takes a little bit of thinking outside the box to, well, not really thinking outside the box, but just like it takes a bit of thinking to work out the correct path to get through it. Which, but once you know it, it's not difficult to execute. So I think that's a win. All right, let me just play test it a bit more. But yeah, so you just need to avoid the. Yeah, so you just need to avoid this bit. That's a death trap. The middle is a death trap, but the ones on the edge are good. So yeah, I suppose you could do that. Yeah, okay, I think that's pretty nice. Will I change the 3x3 grid pattern? I wasn't planning to. Also not a fan of it. I'll see if maybe I'll come back to it later. Okay. Okay, the main other thing I have to work on is this room here. So yeah, now there's some other rooms here which I might try and improve, but this room is completely blank, so like I need to work on this room. And I have an idea. So this is another room where like there's a key in the room. Try and get the key. I have an idea of something I might put in here. Let me see. Iron Prison reference. There's already an Iron Prison reference. You just need to look more closely. I already showed it in the stream. Okay. Alright, let me just try this idea and see what happens. So, my idea was... Let's just put the key over here for now. Actually, maybe I should... Let me see. If I did... What's this like? Okay, now I'll do it like this. So my idea was, I don't know what level this pattern's been in lots of levels, so I can't point to a specific level that this pattern comes from, but it's basically just, well, you'll see, but I want to, basically I'm going to have this going up and down, but then I'm going to add in some other stuff, because if I just do this, it's going to be a bit boring. Actually, wait a minute, I need this to be, yeah, you know what, it would be better if it went all the way, I think. Anyway, let's just see what this is like. Oh, whoops, I forgot to attach, and I forgot to make it ping pong. Whoops, what did I do there? I made it go too far. Oh, because I forgot it's too tall, so it should only go to here, yeah. Pin the Creator is here. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so this is a fairly simple kind of pattern. We'll put one over here with start time 0.75. What is this? This is the World's Hardest Game Edit 3, which is a fan-made level editor for the World's Hardest Game. And in particular, I'm working on a custom level that I've been working on for a few days now. Okay, so simple stuff, but what I wanted to do, kind of similar to the other room, I think, is put some put some enemies that go like this. Let's say we copy this. Let's get rid of these. Okay, so what's this like? Ah, I forgot to ping pong again. Still a bit too easy, isn't it? Level 27 vibes. Yeah, kind of like that kind of style, yeah. But it needs a little something, because at the moment it's a bit dull. World's Game 1, yeah. Kind of like, yeah, World's Game 2, level 48, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, but it's not quite working. I guess I'll save. Maybe I need to make, actually, what if I desynchronized it? Oh, that's a bit fast though. About 0.25. It still doesn't really make it interesting, does it? Okay, let's get a bit more volume in here. Let's say this was here, and then let's say it was something like this. Yeah, okay. Still pretty mundane though. Maybe I need to change the... So I guess one thing I could do is like change this interrupt to be like a squeeze type thing. Which is very reminiscent of Shaky Towers reference. Oh, I forgot ping pong. I have not. I'll think about it. I'm not sure if it would. I'm not sure if it would fit the style of this level. Okay, that's actually way more boring because I need to go faster now. But then the problem is now they're synchronized, which means that it's still going to be boring. Yeah. You know what? So, just out of curiosity, yeah, you can squeeze around the back here. Although, that doesn't really make things... I mean, you could already do that here. Okay, actually, you know what I could do? So let me just start something new over here. Okay, I had a new idea which might look a bit ugly, but I think it could be interesting. Yeah, the top is possible. It's exactly the same as the middle, really. Okay, let's see what happens if I did this. With a guy attached there, and then the same thing with a guy attached there. Whoops. I forgot to ping pong again. Ping pong. Ping pong. Okay, yeah, it's pretty ugly, but I wonder if it's fun to play. Oh wait, you get kind of stuffed when they cross over, don't you? Yeah. So if you were over here, then it would be... Actually, you want to be down the bottom. Yeah, so if you're down the bottom, it would be pretty easy to play. You could just go over like this. Oh wait. Okay, it is a little bit more complicated than that. Yeah, but if you go... Okay, so maybe if I offset it by 0.75, maybe that would... Oh. Ah, wait. No. This is the wrong idea. No, what I need is them going the other way. I think this is a better idea. Let's have them going here. Ping pong. And put this here. Okay, I think this makes things more interesting. Ping pong and offset by 1.5. Okay, it is pretty ugly again, but let's just see how it plays. So I guess the middle section will be quite difficult to get through. Hello, hello, hello. Megalord is in the chat. Glad you could stop by. So that's kind of interesting, but then when we get to this bit, it gets a bit too difficult. However, I could alleviate that by making it longer, or making them slower or something. So that's, I think this has potential. Okay, let me get rid of this. Yeah, I know the top is, I'll do something about the top, don't worry. I'll do something about the top. Because obviously that's, you can cheese it by going through the top, but I can prevent that. Okay, so let's see what this is like. Oh wait, I need to change the time. Let's make it 3 seconds because it's double the distance, so double the time. And I think this should be easier. Oh, but then the offset needs to be 3 seconds. Okay, now this is a little bit boring, potentially, but it does have some interest to it. So I would then be... Yeah, that's it's okay. It's okay, it's not fantastic. Yeah. So the what I was aiming for with this is like you have the vertical enemies which are encouraging you to go this way, and then you have the horizontal enemies which are encouraging you to go this way. And hi Raflick. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, but it doesn't quite play out that way. I don't know. I think one of the issues I have with this is it's really easy around here and it's really hard in the middle. So it's not really balanced, and so maybe a different way of doing the enemies might be better. Like, what if I did them... Actually, here's an idea. Although that would be... Well, actually, that might not be so bad. Yeah, there's definitely some inspiration from World's Best Game 3 Level 4. And it will probably be around a similar difficulty as well, yeah. But it's also quite different from that level in several ways. Okay, let me try something. Let's say we take these away. Keep these here. Let's put those to the side for the moment. And let's say we put... yeah, so let's say we put basically a cycle that goes... actually, wait. It was 3 seconds to go along there, wasn't it? So let's say half a second to go across there, and then up to 3 seconds to go over here, and then half a second to go here, and then up to 6 seconds to go here. What is in the other room? Well, there's lots of other rooms, which I'll do a playtest at some point and probably show some of them off, but okay. So what's this like? Right, so my idea was not just to have one, but to have at least two. Wait a minute, that was not what I meant to do. Wait. How do I... Okay. I think I did that correctly. What I meant actually was this. Oh dear. It's attached to it. Okay, let me just start again. I did the wrong thing. What I meant to do was attach that to that, and then put an offset of 3 seconds. Okay. Now my idea with this is, by doing this, I've now prevented going on the outside, because if you try and go down there, it's not gonna work. And then the second idea is that then I can put the same thing up here. So half a second over to here, up to 3 seconds over to here, half a second over here, and then make it up to 3 seconds here. But then I want it to start offset in such a way that it should hopefully be balanced. So then I have these two, then create a clone of that with 4.5 seconds, and then it gets a little bit messy in the editor here, but put that on there and hopefully that should work. Yeah, so hopefully I've solved the problem of it being very unbalanced in terms of difficulty. But is it fun to play? I'm not sure that it is, really. It's actually kind of annoying the way it sometimes synchronizes in an annoying way. Also, this kind of pattern rewards you for going quickly, because the faster you go, the less transitions you have to make, which is not necessarily a bad thing to reward the player for going quickly, but it does kind of make it hard for players that like to just move through slowly. Yeah, it's also pretty ugly. I don't like how it looks. I think there's some potential here, but it's still not really. It's not quite what I wanted. Hardcore level. I mean, you can take out all the checkpoints if you want to. Now, the other issue with this is when you get to the key, you're then not going to be able to go backwards, or maybe you can, but it would be very difficult to go backwards through here. Which, I mean, on the other hand, you could go through here, although even then this would actually be difficult, because that would happen. So going backwards through this would be pretty difficult. So that might mean, I don't know what that would mean. Yeah, do you have a suggestion, Megalord? I'm open to suggestions. Because if you can't go backwards through the pattern, it means I would need to put like a special backtracking thing, which I could do that, but it's kind of annoying and kind of ugly. Actually, you know what? I just had an idea. I'm going to get rid of all of these guys, except for these guys, because I think there's some potential here. I'm going to get rid of all of these guys. I can always copy and paste the others. And what if I just put like a simple linear pattern up and down here? But the thing is, because of the way that the others are moving, it incentivizes you to be in the middle, which is the dangerous spot. So I think this could have potential, and I didn't make that ping pong. I need to make that ping pong. Something like this. Yeah. So you can survive here without too much difficulty. So Megalord says, my thoughts were you could make this room like that room in 5C3. 5C3, you mean like the one with the spinning wheels and things? Maybe. Although that room has a lot of static enemies, and I kind of don't want too many static enemies in this level. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I mean, I did think of, you know what, that might fit in a different room, because there's a different room in this level that I want to change, and I might do something like that. So I'll keep that in mind. Let me just see what this is like though. So let's say I expanded this. And let's just say the key was here. Because the cool thing about this is, now once you get the key, okay, this might be a bit too easy, but once you get the key, then it's actually easier to go backwards, which I think is kind of neat. So then in order to go backwards, I mean, you do still have to do at least one sort of weave, but then you can just go like that. I think that's kind of cool. Let me play around with this a bit more. I think this is pretty cool actually. It's maybe a little bit too easy. Yeah. Oh, Megalord Marathon Stage 3. That's exciting. So in order to make this harder, there's several things I could do. But I don't just want to make it harder, I want to make it more interesting. It's got some potential, but it's... So one thing I'm thinking of is maybe I could make the vertical enemies rectangular as well. Let's see what that would be like. So what if I did, let's say I did this, followed by this, followed by this, followed by this, and it would be normal, and then over here do this, followed by this, and then up to here, and back to square one, normal. It's a little bit fast for my liking, although it's not. The thing I like about this pattern is like it's not as common as just the vertical oscillation, which means it's a little bit less intuitive to the player, because generally players have less experience, myself included, with that kind of pattern. It's a little bit frantic though. Yeah. I think it would be better if it was a little bit slower, maybe like this. Which means it's going to desync with the other bit, but I could fix that by making this a bit faster, like this. Although that might be too fast, I'm not sure. Megalord says make them travel along both axes the same speed. Yeah. Well, it is going to be pretty close to that, but it's not going to be perfect because they're on an 8-pixel grid, so oh wait, I messed something up there. Yeah, I forgot to do. Also, these are going a bit too slowly, yeah. Yeah, the problem with that Megalord is I'd have to go off the 0.25 grid, which is the 0.25 time grid, which is quite a nuisance to do. And I forgot to change these guys. Because I forgot there was 2 of them. Wait, where does that go? No, it just goes here. Yeah, I think the horizontal ones are too fast now, though. Which is a problem. Oh, actually... now I need to change the offsets, which is annoying. Okay, so what have we got? So 4.5 becomes 3.75. 1.5 becomes 1.25. And 0... 2.5. Yeah, that's reasonable. I suppose I didn't have to make them synchronized. There's no real need for them to be synchronized. So maybe I should follow Megalord's advice and actually make them consistent speed, because it is looking a little bit ugly here. So what have we got? So this guy's traveling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 tiles, and then 2 tiles in that direction. The problem with that is 7.5 is a really ugly number. So I could do... So I guess I could do 7.5 to be 1.5, and then this would be 0.3, which is very close to 0.25. But now I've just made it a whole bunch slower, which, well, it might not be a bad thing. Let's see what this is like. Is that what I did for the... No, this should be... Okay. So they're a lot slower now. Wait, no, I think I messed up my maths. How did I mess up my maths? Because it's... Oh, yeah, because that should be 0.4. Yeah, no, I messed up. 0.4, not 0.3. So that should be closer to 0.5. But this is just making it slower again, which is... I guess I could halve this, but then that's what I had before, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what I had before, so... yeah. Yeah, this is just half speed of what I had before. Well, before we get progress on the other rooms, we need progress on this room. because this is actually the least finished room in the whole level, so that's why I'm focusing on it. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to where we were. But I think maybe the horizontal enemies could do with a bit of refinement. I think maybe I might want more of them going slower. That might be an improvement. So let's see what this is like. Oh, that is... Wait, is that what I had before? No, I had 1 second and 0.25, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I had it 1 second, didn't I? Which does mean that the ratio is less perfect. But I think it looked alright. You can see them speed up, can't you? The maths is annoying though. What would it be? Let me see. It would be 100, or like 1 second divided by 7.5 times 2. 0.26. Wait, hang on. But I'm doing 0.25. That's actually really... Wait. That's actually really close. Why is that? Why does that look so weird? That is close. Yeah, that actually is really close to the correct ratio. What would it look like if I slowed it down to half a second? It'd probably look really stupid. I guess I could just keep that. Yeah, no, that looks bad. Okay, let's keep that. Let's have a look at the horizontal ones though, because they need some refinement. Yeah. So I suppose if I wanted to make these the same speed as the vertical ones, then they would be doing this in half a second. But of course I need to remember to change all of them because there's but then I need to slide them back. Oh, but then, wait. Is the offset time correct? No, it is correct. Why does it look so wrong? It is correct, right? Oh, wait, this one... Wait, what? How did... Have I got... Wait, what? Okay, one of... Wait, what? Okay, one of them I didn't edit by mistake. That's why it looks so wrong. Yeah, I know that, Megalore, but I'm trying to avoid going off the time grid because then I have to manually input all the times. And actually, the vertical ones are extremely close. The ratio is only off by like 1%. The horizontal ones I'm going to try and improve, but let's see how that looks. Yeah, so they're going faster around the edges. So the speed I was using for these is approximately... what is it? It's approximately 8 tiles in 1 second. And so these guys are traveling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tiles. So that would be about 2 seconds. So I guess I could speed it up slightly. That would be closer. The problem is when I do this, I'm going to need to change the offsets, which is annoying, but... And Yeah, so what are the offsets? So this one is 2.25. This one, this one's 1.1. Wait, no, it's 1.1125. No, 1.125. And this one is 3.375, I think. Okay. And I forgot to slide them back. Okay. So what have we got here? Oh, no, I've made a mistake. What have I done here? I didn't change this one. Or I changed it incorrectly. That happened to me last time. Is there something wrong with... Okay, let me just check they're all... And it's still saying 2. I swear I changed it. What happened? Oh yeah, no, 2.25. No, that is correct. 2.25, that's correct, yeah. I should save as well. Okay. Okay, that's looking better. Okay, let's see what this is like. Alright, it's... I feel like they're a bit too fast. Like, just visually. It's challenging though. I think it's not too easy. Yeah, it's certainly challenging. Yeah, alright. I'm warming to it. I still don't like how the enemies look though. They just look a little bit like blurry almost. I don't know quite how to describe it, but it's like... And supposedly this is 60 FPS, but it doesn't look like 60 FPS to me. Of course, you guys have it even worse because you have 30 FPS. Okay, it's definitely not too easy. I'm okay. Let me actually concentrate because I've been sort of dilly-dallying. Let me play test this properly. I think the top is the easiest route to go because of the way that the vertical ones oscillate. Ah. Yeah, this is... And the desync is, like, perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a pretty reasonable use of desync, I think. Because it really is, like... Yeah. You can survive on any cycle. Okay, so there we go. I got the key, although that's not... Oh my goodness, that's so much better. What just happened? Something just... I don't know if you guys saw that because you're still... The stream's still in 30 FPS, but something just happened where it just suddenly looked way smoother. That looks so much better. Oh my goodness. Okay. No wonder I thought it looked ugly before because something was wrong with the rendering. I think it was rendering in 30 FPS for some reason, but as soon as I collected the key it somehow updated and now it looks so much smoother. So that's nice. Right, so now it actually looks good, but does it play well? I think it plays reasonably. But I just have this little itch that's telling me it could be improved. I think it's pretty good though. Now one thing I was thinking is for consistency, I think these guys should be Yeah, they should be off. They should be touching the walls here. So that just means I need to redo these movements, unfortunately. Although, actually, the only movement I need to redo is these ones. Right, and then this guy. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes in doing this. I hope that's the right guy. That might be the other guy. Oh well, we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, now the rendering... No, it was the wrong guy. So... X52552... X592... Okay. Ah, but that guy's... Wait, hang on. X56H... 552... Okay, so this guy needs updating. Yeah, it just went back to ugly rendering again. I don't know what that bug is. Yeah, but it's, I'm assuming when I collect the key... Oh, buttery smooth. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Okay. Let's, Okay, let's... So that was mainly just a cosmetic change. That doesn't really affect the level, the gameplay very much. Okay, I like this though. I think this is good. So what does it look like if I okay, I can get rid of this stuff now. I don't need that anymore. Let's start getting a bit more serious about the ugly rendering's back. I've never noticed that particular like thing before where you collect a key and then it increases the FPS or something. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a good difficulty. If anything, it's a little bit on the hard side, but I think it's fair. So you kind of need to... Yeah, I get... Yeah. Yeah, it's got some trickiness to it. I think it's good. Now my only other question is whether I move it somewhere else, because aesthetically it's not really balanced in the room. Let me just try something. Oh, Audi says it's a cool pattern. Thanks, Audi. I think it's decent. It's not the most mind-blowing thing that's ever been invented, but I think it's reasonable. Actually, to be honest, I think this looks more ugly than it did before. Yeah. So I guess one thing I could do... I mean, if I want... I'm trying not to... I'm trying not to center things too much, because there is value in having things not centered. But let me just see what it would look like if I had it perfectly centered. It would be like this. And I could do something. I could make like a corridor. Although the problem with a corridor is then you need to put another checkpoint. And also now it's not the right width, so I would probably make that one narrower. Yeah. It's yeah, that's pretty ugly though. I think it's better the way it was before. Yeah. I guess the only other option would be to like put more stuff in the room. I think it's good the way it is though. I just need to get over my OCD and just have it be off center. I think it's fine. All right, cool. I'm pretty happy with that. So, yeah, okay. Let me show you a bit of what we've got going here. So, let me just get rid of some of the extra start checkpoints. Here we go. Okay, so this is the start of the level. Got a little ball factory reference here. And yeah, obviously that final room is not finished yet, but it's just going to contain a bunch of doors. So, okay, so up here we have this room, which I showed before, and so we have this pattern where we go over here. So yeah, so that's up there and other stuff, and this is the I Am Prison reference I was talking about. I mean, it's not like it's not an obvious reference, but I did use that pattern in I Am Prison. So this is a well, this is a pretty obvious 5C2 reference, and I think it plays pretty well. Okay, so this is that's the final room, and then here we have some start-stop patterns, which I need to remember how to play. And then once you get through this, it leads to the key that the room that we just made. That's over here. Onewood's here. Welcome to the stream. This is a level making stream rather than a level playing stream. So a little bit different from what I usually do, working on making a level for Megalord's contest. Okay, so let's say we collect this. Yeah, it's not easy, this pattern. It's not easy. Yeah, I think having the vertical ones go in rectangles definitely makes it more confusing, at least for me, because I have pretty good intuition with the vertical oscillating enemies, but the rectangles take a bit more thought, because you expect them to bounce back, but they don't. Has there ever been a hacker incident in the World's Game community? Well, I mean, hacking is not really a thing in World's Hardest Game. I mean, so there's two things you can kind of cheat in. One would be speedrunning. The other would be like cheating in custom levels. Now, there have been people who have cheated in custom levels, but it's fairly rare and it's not really a big deal. Most of the time, people just, have fun. And cheating in speedrunning also happens sometimes, but it's not really a big problem. But I wouldn't really call either of those hacking. Hacking kind of, to me, implies like cheating online, whereas I mean, there's not really any online World's Hardest Game, except for the mod I made that's broken. Okay, let me concentrate on this key. It does actually require some concentration. There we go. And earlier I said that the way back was easier, but now that I've Now that I've modified it with the rectangles for the vertical enemies, it's actually kind of similar difficulty. It might be a bit easier, but it's kind of a similar difficulty. So it's not trivial to get back, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I'm starting to wonder whether this is too hard, actually. Although I guess you got the checkpoint right there. I could put a checkpoint underneath the key, but that might be a bit too easy. Although, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I'm aiming for like I'm aiming for like between level 3 and level 4 from World's Host Game 3 in terms of difficulty. And I feel like this is like level 4 difficulty, or maybe harder. It might be a bit too much. I mean, I made the pattern and it's taking me like a long time to get it, so that's a red flag for me in terms of trying to make a not too difficult. Oh. In terms of trying to make a not too difficult pattern. Okay. Oh man, yeah, actually going backwards is actually quite difficult. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think it's too hard. Then again, it's pretty cool. I don't want to, because I could make it easier, but the risk is that when I make it easier, it just becomes boring. And obviously I don't want to do that. But on the other hand, if it ends up being like way harder than everything else in the level, then that's not really good. Oh, wait, what happened there? I thought I pressed left. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. Let me show you one of the other areas that I want to work on. I mean, I feel pretty happy with the progress today. We've done some good things so far. Okay. So let's see. Whoops. Okay, so I want to go down here. Okay, so this room in particular is not very interesting. I mean, so it's kind of inspired by level 27 from World's Host Game 2. But I feel like, so I made it synchronized because I felt like the desynchronization in World's Host Game 2 was kind of unfair. But then it's kind of become too easy, I feel. Or too boring, rather. So one thing I was thinking was... Actually, what was I thinking? Yeah, I think one thing I was thinking was having them bounce in the middle. Yeah, I'm not sure if that would work though. I guess another idea I had was to let me save before I do anything drastic. Yeah, another idea I had was like to block off some of these walls. But then I thought that might look a little strange when the enemies go underneath them. And it kind of does. Although I could maybe change the enemies so they didn't go underneath. I don't know if that makes it more fun to play though. Yeah, and also so you can still survive in the center pretty easily. And you can still do this, and yeah, see the other problem I have with this room is there's this kind of move you can do, which actually you kind of have to do, or at least I think you kind of have to do it, to get like around here. There's that kind of move, and it's just a little precise for my liking. I don't really want there to be anything precise in this level. Now you can survive at the corners pretty easily. Which is okay. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Let me think. What kind of gameplay am I trying to get out of this? I mean, fundamentally, the main kind of move in this level is those corner moves, like the way that you move around the corner, and like these kinds of moves, like wait, no, not that kind of move. This kind of move. But it's like you only need to know like 2 or 3 moves in order to get through the whole thing, and then it kind of just becomes boring. But maybe I just think it's boring because I've played it a bunch. Maybe it'd be more interesting to a new player. Alright, let's, now that we've done all the keys, right, so we've got this key, we've got this key, there's other keys, so we should be able to, now that key is no longer exists, so we should be able to finish this. So we've got, I think, 9 doors, and then the golden door also needs to have the correct coin count. Which is currently 88, although I was going to take out some of the coins from here. Yeah, I think I'm going to take out these coins. And also these coins. So that would give us, how many coins does that give us? 84. Okay, that may well change, but for now I'll make this 84. And I don't know about decorating this room. I think I'll just leave it as it is. It's now, is that diagonally? That's not diagonally symmetric, although then again it kind of I think it's balanced aesthetically. You know what, actually, maybe I should... I think maybe I should make this 4 wide, so... Yeah, what I could do, actually what I should do, because I've kind of made I've made pretty much all of my things 2 wide, but I think in the Waltzers Game 3 they're actually often 4 wide, so I think there I should make that 4 wide, and then this can be 4 wide to match. That way I don't have to have the awkward like widening of the corridor. I think that's an improvement. Yeah, I suppose I could make this corridor 4 wide as well. I don't know if that's a good idea though. No, I think it's fine the way it is. Yeah, I could also make like this 4 wide, but I don't want to make everything 4 wide. I like the 2 wides. Okay. So, finishing touches. So there were some complaints about this grid pattern here. I suppose one thing that I realized recently is that I didn't put this on an 8-pixel grid. I think it's because I was not sure what the reason was actually. Sometimes I align the enemies with the center because it makes more sense in the pattern. In this case though, it doesn't really seem necessary. If I did do it on an 8-pixel grid, it would make it slightly easier, which is neither here nor there. I mean, it's pretty easy already. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with all the other rooms, I think. So this is... Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, it's a simple room. It's just a finishing room. So it comes back to this room if I want to change anything here. Well, I mean, to be honest, the level is pretty much done. I mean, I'll play test it. Maybe that's what I should do now. But I kind of didn't want to give away some of these rooms. Particularly this one I want to keep secret. Oh, hi Megalord, welcome back. I don't know if you saw the final product over here, so maybe I'll just show that. I think you basically saw it. I tweaked things a little bit, and I ended up with this, which I think is pretty good. They're not perfectly the same speed, but it's pretty close. And yeah, it's actually pretty challenging, this pattern. I'm a little bit worried it might be too hard for the rest of the level, because yeah, because I'm struggling with it even though I made it, which is a bad sign. Yeah, I think actually the more I think about it, I'm starting to think maybe the way back is actually harder. I'm not sure if that's true, but it kind of feels like... I suppose actually if you just do this technique, yeah, actually there is a simple technique to it, I think. Yeah. Actually, you know what I could do to make it a bit easier? I could put the key like over here instead. Because actually one of the hardest bits of this room is just getting into this gap here. If I put the key here, it would probably be a lot easier, but it would still be interesting. Yeah, it kind of gets rid of the annoying bit. Or does it? Does it get rid of the annoying bit? Oh man, the graphics. If I change rooms, does that... Oh yeah, that fixes it. I don't know what that bug is. I mean, I'm assuming other people are familiar with that. Because part of the problem with this is when you get to the end and then you get slammed by the enemy changing directions, it's kind of annoying. Yeah. Maybe the key should actually be here, although I'm not sure if that's an improvement. Okay, now that I know that pattern resetting fixes the bug, that's nice. Acid wing time, yeah, that's right. We got the remixes rolling. Yeah. Wait, why is that easier though? Because it should be. Hang on a minute. What did I just do there? I stayed low, I think is what I did. In the third, I think you want to be in the third row. Ooh. Yeah, it's still hard. I'm not actually sure I made it any easier. But yes, if you stay in the third row, that's actually a pretty good trick to making that particular maneuver easier. Yeah, but then by the time I put the key there, I might as well put the, I might as well put the save spot. And now I'm back to where I started. Yeah, so staying in the third row, and then on the way back, just like moving like this. Yeah, it's actually not too difficult once you get the trick of it. But yeah, but overall, maybe I should put a checkpoint on the other side. Maybe that's what I should do. It does seem a little bit like, it seems like I'm being a bit too nice, but it is a difficult pattern. And doing it there and back in one go is quite challenging. And it's not as if this is trivial. Like, getting to that checkpoint is not trivial. I think this is actually, I think this is a good way to go, because it means I'm not making the pattern any easier. I'm just making the room easier by putting a checkpoint so that, because I don't want the player to get frustrated. I want this to be a fairly easygoing level. It's not supposed to be grueling. It's supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to be sort of exploratory. Like you get to explore the different rooms that the level has to offer, and you shouldn't really get stuck on one room for too long. That's the plan, at least. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll put a checkpoint there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let me come back to this room actually, because let me just reflect on this. There might be a way to improve this, because this was the first room I made in the stream. It's good, but I wonder if there's anything I could improve. I mean, I do like it. I think it works well. It's somewhat simple, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Obvious reference here. I think actually yeah, getting through that bottleneck is a little tricky, but there we go. Yeah, I'm still getting nagged by this room a little bit. Yep, start, stop 1 and 2 in the same room. That's the thumbnail as well. Classic start stop reference. Yep. Yep, quite a few references in here. Yeah, so this room, I feel like, you know what, maybe I should make it smaller, because it did always kind of bother me that, let me just start from scratch. What if I did, oh no, not like that. What if I did like this? And then move everything in by 1. And then change the anchors. Yeah. This is going to be a bit of a pain to undo if I... Well, I did save it before I did this, so I could do that, but... If you do extend the deadline, I might make a second level. Because I do have an idea for another level. Then again, I'll probably make it anyway. It's just whether I'll enter into the competition or not. I don't know. Okay, let's see what this is like. Wrong room. Let's get rid of that. So... yeah, so this is pretty similar to what there was before, but I think one of the problems I had with before was it felt like the player was so slow moving across the room, whereas here it feels a bit more crisp. And how is that? That's impossible now, which is interesting. That could be a good thing, but then the question is, how do you get out of the middle? How do you get out of the middle? Oh, you do it like that. What did I just do there? It's like this. That's how you do it. Okay. You know what? I think that is more interesting than how it was before. But it still is kind of mundane. Yeah, the other thing is, I would then have to change these hallways, which is okay, but it kind of did line up neatly the way it was before. In fact, it lined up very neatly the way it was before. I guess I could make... Yeah, I could make it a bit more... So I could make the checkpoints too wide. Also, I'm not sure if I like these coins in the corners. I really hope I don't undo this, because it's going to be quite an effort. I mean, you know what? Actually, I think this looks better. I like the smaller look. It has a bit... It does actually look better. It has a certain sort of charm to it. Yeah, you know what? I think that does look better. But it's not just about looks. I want the... You can snag the keys without going in the middle. Well, you can snag the top keys without going in the middle, but to get to the bottom... Actually, yeah, maybe you're right, because you can do this, can't you? Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not trying to make a Megalord pattern. I might have accidentally made a Megalord pattern. No, the Megalord pattern's different because it has only single obstacles instead of double obstacles, and also the obstacles are enemies instead of walls. Okay, you make a good point though, Megalord, which is that well, okay, but I did have coins in the middle before. That's part of the reason why I had coins there. I took them away, but I can put them back. So you can still, yeah, you can still sort of cheese the keys by going around the edge. Yeah, it's not... Yeah, so maybe I need to take a leaf out of Megalord's book and make it desynchronized. I wonder if I can make it desynchronized in a clever way such that it's always like you never get squeezed. It's basically what I'm trying to say. That should be possible. Let me experiment. So let's see what would happen if I made this. Let's say I made this 1.5 seconds and I made the other one 2.5 seconds, and then I would need to offset this by 0.75. Let's see, what would this be like? So, ooh, that is possible to survive, but it's a bit... Oh, now I'm dead. Okay, so you do get squeezed in there. Not necessarily a bad thing if you get squeezed sometimes. So this works, but now I'm about to get squeezed. Okay, you know what? I think this is an improvement, although... Make it like the professor. What do you mean by that? Is that a level? So I think this is an improvement. Also, I need to fix the rendering. Oh, that's so much better. I don't know if you guys notice a difference on the stream, but it looks so much smoother whenever I reset it. Okay, this is interesting. Ooh. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So you get sort of interesting moments like that, which is cool. But I have a bit of a pet peeve with patterns that squeeze you. At least in like easy levels. In hard levels it's okay, but like in easy levels it's kind of it kind of makes it feel like luck. That's the issue I have. Like, even though it's not luck, sometimes it feels like luck, and that can be quite annoying. Sky Defend says, currently making my first custom level for the World's Hardest Game 1. This is time consuming. Good luck. Yeah, are you using Edit 3 or are you using some other kind of tool? I mean, so even though this can squeeze you, there's a checkpoint right here, so it's not like it's particularly unfair, you know. Like if you get squeezed, it's not a big deal. You just try again. Oh, using Edit 1. Yeah, Edit 1 is generally a bit more time consuming than Edit 3, but it has its pros and cons. Now I took away the safe zones, but I might want to put them back in. Let's see what it would look like if I put them back in. And so the keys are 6 and 5. So this should be 6. And that should be 5. Okay. Let's see what this is like. Or maybe I should put the keys in the middle instead of where the coins are. That might make more sense, actually. Although, yeah, well, on the one hand, if the keys are in the middle, you could kind of collect them all at once. Whereas having them on the outside kind of encourages more exploration. Then again, yeah. It's not too difficult though, like, I mean, I just did it then pretty easily. It can be a little bit chancy, like with the desynchronization, but I don't think it's unfair. Like I said, there's a checkpoint just nearby, so you don't really lose. And once you get a few keys, you unlock these safe spots in the corners, which makes it a lot easier. I think that's good. Yeah, I could experiment with different timings, but honestly, I think this timing's pretty good. So I'm not sure I want to change it. And I think it looks a lot better aesthetically, having all the boxes the same size. So I'm pleased about that. Now, we have 90 coins now. Is that correct, or did I accidentally make, because I've had, in previous iterations of this level, I've had some duplicated coins. Yes, I duplicated a coin there. Quite annoying. And I also duplicated one there. Yeah, I thought so. So where is it? It's there. That's probably there, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just me being careless, but sometimes I end up with duplicated objects and it's quite annoying. But yeah, now we're back to 88, which I believe is the number we put here. Oh no, we put 84. So where did those extra 4 coins come from? Or was it because I took out the 4 in the middle? What else did I do? I didn't put 4 coins in here. I guess I must have taken these out, did I? I didn't change... The other thing I was thinking, there's a lot of coins in this room. Oh no, I took coins away from this room, but now I've got more coins, right? Because I've got 88 instead of 84. I'm worried that there might be more duplicates. Okay, they're not duplicates. They're not duplicates. Okay, I'll check the exact coin count later. Although one thing I was thinking of is maybe trying to make the coin count 100. Just because I think that'd be kind of neat. But you know what? I think I'm pretty happy with the progress here. I think I might leave it there. Because I don't want to spoil all the areas. But what I'll do is I'll play test it tomorrow probably. And probably release it tomorrow if I'm happy with it. There's not really too much more to be done, just a bit of polishing and just finalizing the coin count and things like that. Yeah, I think this is good. Certainly an improvement. Alright. I'm gonna leave it there. And yeah, like I said, this is different from what I usually do, so I think it went pretty well. I'll definitely do some more normal edit streams, so if that's your preferred style, then don't worry, I'll be coming back. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll release this level pretty soon, so probably tomorrow, or if not, then in the next few days. So stay tuned for that. Alright, see you later.